We've got the management of Union Bank joining us. On Friday, they announced that they've cut their home loan and education loan rates. Joining me to speak about that decision and also what it means for Union Bank is Mr. Sarkar, CMD at Union Bank of India. Very good afternoon to you, Mr. Sarkar. Thanks for coming in.
Good afternoon. Ira, good afternoon.
Sir, just want to ask you why now? Why are you cutting home loan rates and education loan rates right now?
No, it is not there right now. It's continuously we are on the job because as I told earlier also in the beginning of the year, we are trying to give a little bit push in the retail sectors. And whatever the best possible, we are trying to pass on this benefit of the interest rate to especially these two sectors. One is home loan, earlier what happens, there is a three-tier structure. So we made it two-way structure so that, there's only the two rate will be there. One rate is, up to 30 lakhs, it is in the base rate, that is 10.5. And thereafter, in the same, it was three rate, up to 30 lakhs, it is 10.5, then 30 lakh to 70, it is 10.75, and 75 and above, it is 11%. Now we have rationalized it, and up to 75 lakhs, we made it 10.5%, and above 75 lakhs, that is 10.75. So I think cost also increasing, and we like to boost up in this sector. So that is the purpose to reduce the rate.
So what has been, before I come to education loans, what has been the kind of volume you're generating on the home loan side? Because I know that all banks are going after that segment. So I'm just wondering what kind of numbers you've been doing on home loans, sir?
Now what happens, Ira, basically, as I told you, historically our the retail sector was is not very big one. We're trying to push it, but what I have seen, year to year growth in it is the retail is quite good in our bank. And if we take this position from September to September, that is September 11 to September 12, that is about our core retail as in case what happens, the home loan is the sector where basically we can really look into for it, because normally the corporate credit may be for expansion or many other greenfield projects or maybe the brownfield projects are not that much coming for that. So I think that is this way basically we feel that okay, these are the sectors we can look into. That is the only purpose. So in that case, coming to that point, educational also, because there is a issue where there, because rate of interest, we feel that okay, some of the bracket it can be really reduced for it, because sometimes what happens, when it is after giving the educational loan, they are not getting this gainful job or gainful employment there itself, but it is needed. So, and another thing, some of the parts basically we did not explore the possibility of educational loan. So I am telling you the eastern part, northern part. I think the scope is there to educational loan to expand in that area also. So in that case also we have rationalized the rate that okay, let it the benefit go to the students, because what we are feeling that today's students will be the future customers of the Union Bank. That is our target to go ahead like this.
I understand that, sir. The government has also been pushing banks to, lend in that education loan category. The problem is the NPAs that it's generated, sir. So, for instance, at Union Bank, what is the kind of NPA numbers you see on the education loan portfolio, sir?
It is correct, Ida. Actually, certainly the education loan NPA is there. It is though it is below 10% at this moment, but the figure is not very big. But what basically I understand, that in some of the issue was the locational issue. Locational in the sense because maybe that they have already some professional degree they have obtained. Suppose I am telling about the nursing in the southern part, especially the Kerala side. What happens, now they are just not getting the gainful job there itself. So that is one of the reason for this like this. What we have tried, most of the cases just we have restructured this loan. We have given some additional period also. They can come with something like this. So that is the purpose, because whenever the needy students are there, I think this bank should think to extend this thing. So what we feel that okay, the scope is there, and they are also expecting that okay, they can go for the higher educations. So I think some moral boost up will also be there. And what basically telling that we are not trying only for the specific geographical sector rather, but in a all India basis or the pan India basis. That is the purpose.
Okay, so
and in respect of the NPA, I feel that our follow up with the borrower, continuous follow up which we are doing for the NPA recovery in general courts also, I advise my branch managers, and we are in continuous touch with the regional managers, okay, whether really they can go for the customers and make them understand, make them students understand that okay, if there is the repay, we can go for the further other loans or the further educations or the higher education also. I think some sort of the awareness skills is more important to reduce this NPA in this sector.
Okay, got that, sir. So just wondering, since you're being able to reduce some of these segment rates, any hope of base rate being reduced, sir? Any chance right now?
What happens here, just let us have a just what this RBI is coming on 18th of December. So let us see what is this happening there. So we are ready for it, but really the cost of deposits are coming down. We are certainly will passing on. And if you see that okay, April onwards, just every sector, just we are looking not only every sector, within the sector also, in the different brackets, just we are trying to reduce and give the benefit to the customers. And let us see what is happening there. I hope that okay, cost of deposit may reduce little bit in the lower side, and certainly we can look into it.
Okay, so two more questions. I'm just wondering, we're almost at the close of the festive season. What was the kind of retail loan offtake during the season? So, I mean, any indications of what retail sector credit growth could look like for you, sir, in this particular quarter?
Now, as I told you that about, in the home sector also over a period of time disbursement figure is there, but outstanding has increased. I can tell you that it is about more than 16% in the home loan. Similarly, if we see that overall retail also, it is more than 20% in my 1 year period. And I can tell you that okay, over March, every month it is increasing. So as I indicated in the earlier year also, the early time of the year also, that in the month of April, that okay, our focus will be the SME sector, our focus will be the retail sectors, and certainly we are doing that one. So I think that okay, festive season we have waived the processing fee also, and right from our Independence Day to the Republic Day, and I think the people are coming, they are highly enthusiastic. But now I think it is picking up, and I hope that okay, we can increase the portfolio to a substantial level. At least our monthly growth will be much higher than the earlier months growth. That means sequential growth will be there in the month to month. That was our expectation.
Okay, got that. So I have two last questions. One, sir, is, there was a report that just came out from Morgan Stanley broadly on the banking sector. Within that, they've downgraded Union Bank also to neutral, and they're still worried about the impairments, about the pickup in non-performing assets, restructured assets. I wanted to get your perspective, sir. Did we reach a bottom last quarter? Are you expecting, the pace of impairment to continue to be quite, worrying?
Now, I think you have noticed that okay, that Union Bank has done a good job in respect of the arresting the slippage as well as the NPA. I can tell you that the recovery of the NPA, and certainly we could reduce this not only the percentage, but we in the absolute terms also. Economic slowdown still going on. Some stress in the every sectors are there. So I think until this economic situation improves, that may little bit contain for some time itself. But what basically we feel that okay, going to the customer, understanding their requirement, and the most emphasis on the recovery, or maybe where is needed, some of the additional help is required, that we are trying for. But still I am telling that okay, whatever we are trying to maintain as well as to arrest the slippage, that I think this our steps on, and it is yielding the result. So at this moment I do not see any very big negative surprise at this moment. We are able to maintain it. And what I am telling you, as because these things yet to give some improvement in the sectors. Okay. If it is improving, I think things will be improving. But our endeavor will be certainly to reduce both in the percentage as well as the absolute figure that we are trying for.
So, absolute last question. So, that's on capital. The ministry has indicated they are open to rights issues. Your capital adequacy tier 1 is quite low, sir. Just wondering if you're also speaking to the ministry about a rights issue, sir?
No, we have already talked and we have already applied for. Maybe that within a week's time we can get some indications there itself. So option whether it will go for the right or any others, well, let us have a feedback from the ministry. Then we can plan for it. But we have the plan to increase the tier 1 capital because we are waiting for the government's instruction and the guidelines in these issues.
Okay, sir, got that. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate you joining me, giving us a complete sense of what's happening.
Thank you very much.
And the conversation led with the home and education loan rate cuts.
Do you have the NDTV Profit app? All the markets, all the news and your own homemade, ready-made portfolio available there for you.
We will right now answer what you should sell, what you should buy when markets are down.
Download at ndtvprofit.com/apps. Get the best app from the channel you trust.